happened on the injury, and what was your process in getting back? We had a good time sort of watching you body and
try and get ready. Yeah. It's kind of a weird deal. I fell down on the play that I got hurt on, and some guys fell on the back of my leg. Kind of got something happened, got twisted or something like that, and I got up the next play and noticed I couldn't really fire my quad in my stance, so I kind of walked off after the next one. And we were just trying to get the knee to be able to be stable again, the quad to fire, because you need to be able to protect yourself and stuff like that. And so we just tried a bunch of different things, and then eventually in the second half, I think it had calmed down a little bit, and we were able to get back out there.
Now, did you get it taped or braced or anything like that?
We tried the tape. The tape didn't really help it. We really, tried like soft tissue things, just little exercise to get it to fire. We kind of tried a little bit of everything, and eventually it was, after coming out in the second half, I redid some of the exercises on the sideline, felt good, and went back out there.
And that's the same knee, right? The same knee you grew up in?
2012?
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, 12, right? Yeah, 2012. Yep.
Is it a problem for you chronically? Is it?
No, I've actually been really lucky with that knee. It's been pretty good. Actually, I think it's like more flexible because I tore the MCL. I can almost cock it and get a little bit extra juice on that knee. No, it's been good. I really haven't had too many issues with it. I think I've been pretty lucky in that regard.
Boston Scott was kind of almost moved to tears when he talked about you coming back and showing how much just playing every snap and playing football means to you. Nick Sirianni said he sent you a text talking about your toughness and said he got chills. I mean, what does it mean to you when guys like that say those things about you?
Obviously you appreciate it. I think that, I don't know. I really care about the game, and I care about my teammates, and I care about, the sport and this team. So, I just try and do everything I can. And it's nice to hear that, guys appreciate it and teammates appreciate it whenever they say stuff like that. So, but I think, I think that's kind of the way it should be done. And I think for the most part, that's the way, guys in this organization go about it.
How did the knee feel coming out of the game? How did the knee feel coming out of the game, and how does it
It's
feel
fine.
now?
It's pretty good. I think, there's some swelling in there for sure. And we're going to, continue to try and get that out. But for the most part, there's nothing major damage there, it looks like. And, should be good.
Nick calls you the toughest person he's ever been around. Who's the toughest person you've ever been around?
Man, I don't know. Toughness is a weird thing because I think everybody, the conventional mold of it is, this macho, very physically dominating, sometimes angry type of fellow. But I really think toughness, and that's what I used to think about it was, but the more I've played football and even going through college with certain guys, you really realize toughness is the guys that can come and do the same thing over and over and over again. I'm trying to remember the exact quote from this movie, but Bronx Tale, when they're talking about, the rich, mob boss being the tough guy, and Robert De Niro has to remind him, I'm the guy that goes to work every day. That's toughness, right? So, I firmly believe that, I've been around a lot of guys that just come in every single day, work their asses off to be better, to service their teammates. That's toughness. And I've been around a bunch of guys that are like that through college and the NFL.
Austin said that you embody Philadelphia. Do you agree?
I don't know. I think that that's a tough question to answer. I think I embody the values and morals that my parents and life experiences have given me. I do think that teams take on the embodiment of where they're at and the fan bases that root for them. I think it's no question that the majority of Philadelphia Eagles teams are labeled tough, hard-nosed, physical football teams, and I think a large part of that is because of the vibe, the energy, and what the city demands. So I am a product of a lot of different things. But I think I don't know if that answers the question.
Jason, a year ago this time, when you guys were pretty much out of it, you were asked about playing younger guys and building towards the future, and you said, at all times the focus must be on winning. But that isn't always reality. We saw what happened in the last game last year. How do you feel about that? When the organization still has to make decisions. They still have to look at Jalen Hurts. They still have to know if he's the guy. How do you still reconcile that the same way?
Well, I don't want to bring up last year, but I firmly believe that there is a way to do all of that and still maintain the focus of winning football games. The reality is, I think we're still, as bad as the season has gone to this point. We went out. We can still make the playoffs and be competitive this year. And outside of this last game, I think we've been trending pretty good. So I think everybody here, I know everybody here is still focused on winning this year. But this whole season, I think you already knew coming into the season that this is you're always trying to build the team and build towards the future. And I think the NFL especially is a business and an organization where you have to do both. Unless you're in a very unique situation where you have a lot of older guys on their last legs, the win now model is a very odd model to take, I think, in terms of not worrying about the future, just spending all of your resources for 1 year. You can build for the future, but always the emphasis needs to be on winning football games. And I believe that we're doing that here for sure. And I don't think that'll change.
What's your Brian Kelly take?
That was a surprise. I remember when he left Cincinnati, Notre Dame was his dream job as an Irish Catholic. It's pretty. I think it's proven. He's a really good football coach. He was great at Cincinnati, really good at Notre Dame, and I wish him nothing but the best at LSU. I did not see it coming, for sure, but, good luck to him.
Would you have gone to that 7 a.m. meeting?
Man, if I was a young player, probably. A little in hindsight, maybe not. I don't know. He told us he was leaving at our senior banquet. We showed up to our awards banquet for a lot of the older guys with ESPN news trucks and local media all outside, so we knew something was up. So, yeah, that's a rough thing for any head coach to navigate. But so yeah.
What have you found about Jalen's toughness?
Jalen's been a guy that I think embodies everything that we just talked about from the moment he's been here. He's played through injuries last year, played through injuries this year. He's a guy that is going to give you everything he has, and every single day he comes with the mindset to get better and to improve. And so I think he's incredibly tough.
Jason, what have you noticed about Devontae's maturity and kind of overall competitiveness since he's been here?
I think he's obviously, he wants the ball, wants to be the guy, and I think that if you're a good player, you want that. I think that there'd be a problem if you didn't. I think I played, receiver 1 year in freshman of high school, and man, when you're getting open or you think you're open and you're not getting the ball, it is a frustrating position because ultimately everything, all of your production, not all of it, but a lot of your production is reliant upon somebody else. So, but I think that, Devontae's also played receiver long enough and understands, there's a lot more to it than just that. And, I'm happy that he wants to be the guy in those critical situations and wants to make plays, but, the game doesn't always shake out that way, unfortunately.
Jason, what's your assessment of? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
What's your assessment of the options at right guard right now? And I guess what kind of challenge is it for the O-line now being on the third option.
Yeah, obviously, losing Brandon Brooks earlier in the year hurt a lot, and Jack Driscoll's played really, really well in his place. A guy that's played a lot of tackle for us to come down and play guard. That's a big transition. So, it's unfortunate that he went down with an injury as well. But the last couple of years we've had to deal with injuries, and Jeff Stoutland makes sure that guys are ready to go. And Nate Herbig has played a lot of football for us. Obviously, feel really comfortable with him. Sua Opeta has been quietly waiting in the weeds. We've been joking around here. The Sua Opeta stock might be hotter than the Tesla stock right now with the way he's blocking the one-on-ones and everything else. So, Brett Toth, we just got back. He's playing a little bit of center now as well, snapping the ball and whatnot. So, we've got some players that we feel like we can go in and win football games with and go out there and do a good job. So I feel confident with the depth and other guys we have on the team.